Now, I was told to save this one for winter, but winter's a long shot away. It was snowing the other day here, but there, snow's enough. Still kind of winter, still kind of brick some days kind of warm. Stay safe out there. Drink your water. We're getting on to SCP-4666, the Yule man, or Yule man? Yule? I like saying Yule, but it's probably just Yule man. But the Yule is cool. I'm going to call him Yule man, but I bet it's Yule. Anyways, Keter, Uncontained SCP by TheVolgun. Love TheVolgun. Shout out to TheVolgun. If you want to take down any of my videos, I do not mind. And ladies and gentlemen, we're sending out a lot of love. And without further ado, let's begin. If there's anything you want me to react to, send it through my socials. I got to start tunneling it into the right direction. My voice kind of getting better, but still doing what I can. Let's go. Let's go. 466, the Yule man. This had a creepy thumbnail too. Gosh. Creepy creatures smiling and stuff.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Miller, and the SCP we're going to be looking at today is SCP...
We're going to handle this in parts, of course, so this is part 1.
4666.
4666.
Object Class, Keter.
Keter.
Special Containment Procedures. Web traffic and law enforcement channels worldwide are to be monitored for evidence of SCP-4666 activity, and particularly for cases of stalking or reports of anomalous phenomena involving families with young children.
Oh gosh.
Should a Weissnacht event be suspected to be in progress,
an SCP that targets children. Now we're getting there. Are we getting to the more grimmer stuff? Is the Yule man gonna be like a dude who peels back their skin? Is it going to be worse? Is it going to send them into an endless dimension of skin peeling?
The nearest containment task force is to be dispatched to attempt containment of SCP-4666. Standard PDP-8 humanoid first contact protocols apply. Media coverage of family deaths attributed to SCP-4666 is to be suppressed or falsified to make said deaths appear as non-anomalous home invasion murders. Forensic evidence and SCP-4666-A instances collected by non-Foundation agencies are to be confiscated and witnesses amnesticized.
I guess that makes sense. Wait, so okay, I'm gonna get to the MTF stuff. I see some recommendations popping up from y'all to look up for videos to find on the MTF. But what I wanted to say was, like, is the SCP Foundation supposed to kind of be like invisible to the general eye? Are they supposed to be kind of like the FBI or like the CIA of the universe, of the SCP universe? It's basically like the regular humankind, the masses, or whatever you want to say, go on living, and then basically they are like the they're like the Men in Black. They're like the Men in Black. Is that why they're falsifying the information to make the deaths seem like non-anomalous home invasions? Like, people have to know about the SCPs, right? It seems like damn near everything is SCP.
Description.
But okay.
SCP-4666 is currently believed to be a single, exceptionally long-lived humanoid entity of unknown origin. Survivors of Weissnacht events typically describe SCP-4666 as a very tall, between 2 and 2.3 meters, elderly male of European descent with an extremely emaciated appearance.
Emaciated.
The entity always appears completely naked, even when observed outdoors in the freezing weather.
Yikes.
Though the nature and extent of its anomalous properties remain uncertain, SCP-4666 appears capable of instantaneous or near instantaneous travel to any location north of 40 degrees north latitude, and possibly to any location on Earth. SCP-4666 activity occurs exclusively within a period of 12 consecutive nights every year, from the night of December 21st or 22nd to the night of January 1st or 2nd. This period is known as SCP-4666's active phase. During this
I'm so glad that he is inactive right now.
Phase, in what are termed Weissnacht events, SCP-4666 will appear at dwellings in one or multiple locations north of 40 degrees north latitude. In all known Weissnacht events, these dwellings have shared the following characteristics: isolated rural location, home to a family with at least one child under the age of 8, and situated in an area with snow cover lasting throughout the duration of the event.
Okay, so I almost completely glossed over that. I forgot. Only targets children, so haha. Screw kids. I'm just kidding.
Weissnacht events consist of the following general progression. Nights 1 to 7. Children will report seeing SCP-4666 in the vicinity of their family's dwelling. The entity will typically be observed watching the dwelling from a distance, such as from across a nearby field or from the edge of a neighboring forest. In some cases, children will report waking up at night to find SCP-4666 watching them sleep through a window. Nights 8 to 11. Family members, including the parents, will report sounds of footsteps coming from the roof or the attic.
What if you don't
An
have
extremely
a roof?
unpleasant odor will also frequently be noticed inside the dwelling.
What if you don't have
No
an attic?
cause for these phenomena will be found. As a result, parents will often begin
An extremely unpleasant odor? Okay.
to suspect their family is being stalked, or even that their dwelling might be haunted. Night 12. Over the course of the night, one of two scenarios will occur.
There is the beautiful thumbnail.
The first, and most common, is that SCP-4666 will kill all members of the family, save for one child under the age of 8, whom it will abduct. SCP-4666 will inflict incapacitating injuries to family members while they are sleeping, then herd them into a single room of the dwelling where it will proceed to kill them in view of each other. The method of killing varies with the event and will typically be preceded by some form of torture, which appears to serve as a ritualistic purpose. See Weissnacht events log below. In the second scenario, which is a
So the thing that I'm going to say for this part is, so for containment, because this is an uncontained SCP, why not just have MTF members in scenes? Probably, okay, you probably don't have enough to be as widespread. Maybe, you know, someone could write that though. Someone could write that where they had enough agents to be widespread, because it's like, oh, this month we are trying to capture this motherfucker, but they have enough to, like, you know, agents to go to multiple homes and try to, you know, they follow the weather patterns. I'm over here trying to whip it up. I'm like concocting stuff in my brain. I'm not even able to get it out fast enough. But pretty much they go to the homes and they try to choose a, you know, select few homes or whatever they can do in heavily dense snowing areas, or check weather patterns. Look, they deal with SCPs. I'm sure they have some anomalous items that can help them. And I know that there's a class of SCP that definitely help contain other SCPs. No one has talked about it in my videos when I mentioned it though, but there is a class of SCPs. I think it's Thalmo, but I'm not sure. But that help contain other ones, but they definitely could try to contain. I don't like this one, guys. I don't like where this is going. Let's go.
occurred in roughly 15%
It's always the grinning motherfuckers, man.
of known Weissnacht events. SCP-4666 will not harm the family. Family members will report hearing footsteps inside their dwelling at night, though no signs of forced entry will be found. In the morning, children will discover presents at the foot of their beds. These will consist of toys crudely crafted from the remains of human children.
Wow. Wow. Now what I was going to say next was, hey, you have a 15% chance of not getting destroyed by 4666.
See SCP-4666A
Nice odds, right?
instances log below. The criteria...
That means you have... I'm sorry, I keep pausing it because it's just funny. I mean, this is my content. This is how I do this. But that means you have an 85% chance to die.
Yeah, if any, by which
just like that.
SCP-4666 determines the outcome of a Weissnacht event are unknown. Document
Weissnacht.
4666.
I love how, like, it's... Oh, wait. I'm slow. It's your European origin. It's European origin, right? So just the European side. For some reason, when you think Europe, well, when I think Europe, I always go to British. I love British people. It's a weird comment, but I just think they're, I don't know. I think they're nice. The British people I've met have been nice. I know that there's nice, and where am I even getting? Or good, not nice. Well, okay, let me stop. I'm being random again. But the Weissnacht events. That sounds very German. So this is the Yule, like a German entity. That's what it almost seems like. It seems like it's German, like more close to being German, or because they call it the. Are we gonna get the background on why it's called the Weissnacht event?
65-30091. Weissnacht defense log. Location: unknown village, Croatia, 1498.
Croatia.
Description of Weissnacht event: unconfirmed. An entire family was killed with the exception of one of the children, age unknown, who was abducted. Though specific details about the event are not available in recovered documents, it was noted that the killings presented strong paganistic elements and that the family members had been made to suffer greatly prior to death. The archbishop who oversaw the investigation wrote that he believed the family had been killed as part of a demonic ritual. Location: unknown village, Rupert's Land, present-day Ontario, Canada, 1689. Description of Weissnacht event: unconfirmed. An entire family was killed with the exception of 2 of the children, one of whom was abducted, and one of whom, female age unknown, escaped during the killings and was able to reach a nearby village. She told authorities that a naked man had broken into her family's dwelling during the night and proceeded to torture them. Exact method not specified in recovered documents.
No.
Upon investigation.
How did she get tortured? Because she escaped. She escaped. I wish she explained what was done. We need
the bodies
detail.
of the family members were found inside their dwelling, hanging upside down from the ceiling. All had been exsanguinated.
I think exsanguinated means like, I'm assuming so they were hung upside down. Then I heard exsanguinated, which to me rings that they were drained of their blood. Like, I'm gonna look up sanguinated because I just want to know. Still do it anyways. But that's not a word you hear often. Exsanguination. The action of draining a person. Oh my gosh, I was right. Yeah, see, I had a feeling that that's what it was because they were hung upside down. And I would think, okay, that may make it seem like I'm a psychopath, but no, it's literally just like that knowledge you know for no reason kind of thing. But that's crazy. And then you see images a lot like that with, like, I feel like with certain horror things or certain rituals, they drain stuff of blood. I don't know. It just made sense to me.
Eichstätt, Germany, 1913. Description of Weissnacht event: an entire family was killed with the exception of the youngest child, male, age 3, who was abducted.
3.
The bodies of the parents and 5 other children were found inside a stable adjoining their dwelling. They had been restrained by having knives, pitchforks, and other sharp implements forced through the palms of their hands and into the walls of the stable before having their tongues removed, leading to hemorrhaging and death. Blood from the family members had then been used to paint elaborate patterns of unknown meaning on the hides of the mule, goat, and 2 cows present in the stable. The animals themselves were not harmed. Neighbors told the authorities that in the week preceding the killings, the father of the family had mentioned finding tracks in the snow around the family's dwelling, which appeared to have been made by bare human feet.
No, I didn't want to see it end up looking at the screen, and here we go.
Location: Plios, Soviet Union, 1956. Description of Weissnacht event: an entire family was killed with the exception of...
I don't know if you hear anything in the background, but I apologize ahead of time. That's why I kind of wanted to make a part 1. I almost want to just like stop the video here just in case, like we're halfway, or like not halfway, like the recording's 14 minutes, so just made me think half of 14, 7 minutes, yeah. But I may continue this later. I want to just make sure there's no background noise. I'll continue a little bit more just in case. But yeah, but this is sounding crazy. This is what I didn't want. I did not want this thing to look towards the screen. Jeez. Dude. He went for a 3-year-old in this one, now went for a 4-year-old. Oh man, doing things in a type of order.
The youngest child, male age 4, who was abducted.
At least we know it doesn't hurt animals, right? Got a plus.
Bodies of the parents and 1 other child were found in the living room of their house. They had been restrained, and their feet had been held over flames in the fireplace for an extended period of time, calcining the tissues of the feet and exposing the bones.
Oh.
They had then their heads crushed with an unknown heavy implement. Hundreds of bite marks believed to have been inflicted post-mortem were found on each of the bodies. Branches cut from a fir tree outside the house had also been placed over the bodies to unknown purpose.
Oh, bite marks.
Location,
Oh, he
Skudin-
bites, bro. Oh.
Haven, Norway, 1970.
Ew, I can't even imagine this
71.
thing. Look at how muscular it is.
Description of
It's almost like the Yuleman's kind of like a Wendigo, but like a messed up Wendigo Santa. Why does he do his things in December?
Weissnacht event.
This is really the Santa you don't want bringing coal. Okay, I'm gonna end on that note, and then I think we'll troop out the entire video in the next part. Shout out to TheVolgun, TheVolgun, and shout out to the Yule man. Please don't come for any of us, any of my watchers, or any of. I'm just joking. All right, much love and moonlight to y'all, and I will see y'all in the next one. And I'm actually enjoying the Yule man. I'm glad I didn't save it. I'm glad I tackled it now, because it is actually still, like, there'll be good days where it doesn't snow, and then there's some days where it'll come out of nowhere, because the place that I live, just the weather patterns here make no sense. It could be summer one day, and then it could be damn near winter. It's literally weird, but I kind of want to see if I can reach 10 minutes. I want to end it. I want to keep going, but like, I think the background's gonna get louder soon, so I'm gonna just leave it for now. I'll see you tomorrow we're gonna troop out the rest of the video. Much love and moonlight once again. Peace.